there's one secret ingredient. It's Dubai. Dubai is the secret ingredient. Nowhere else in the world could you bring visitors from 199 countries. You could bring exhibitors, 4,000 companies from 120 countries to a marketplace like this. We're better to do it than Dubai. It's only made possible by the environment that has been created here, both in terms of the safety and security and the hospitality that is offered here, but also by the trade. The trade deals and the volume of trade conducted on the floor of this show beat anything else in the world. Only in Dubai is possible. That's the secret ingredient. Look, it's busier, that's for sure. Obviously, we've just had to move location because the noise and the visitors was just too much. So we've had to find a nice, quiet corner to come and have this conversation. The energy is really the feedback that we're getting from the marketplace. People are so happy to be out, to be meeting face to face, and to be conducting business even before the show opened its doors. While exhibitors were building up the stands, we were hearing of trade deals being written and deals signed. And that's really the energy about this event, the business being done. Well, for exhibitors, the most important thing is booking their space at the next year's edition, okay? Because demand for space and participation here is just off the charts. Right? But the most important thing is that people follow up on all of these deals and inquiries. Right? It's actually getting on with following up those new leads and those new appointments and those new connections. And what's happened over the last 2 years is the global supply chain. And the food supply chain has been massively disrupted, right? So there's lots of new countries meeting lots of new countries. There's lots of new partners meeting lots of new partners. And it's to capitalize on that and to cement those deals that's probably the most important thing. Look, some of the great things, and it's also a focus for the city as well, right? Zero waste. We've seen that replicated throughout our conference program. Many of the exhibitors supporting and endorsing that as well. We've always done great work with the food bank, who at the end of the event pick up some of the product that would otherwise go to waste and redistribute that to good and charitable causes. But we're also working with the Waste Lab. So many of the perishable product that would other go to waste will actually go back into the soil and the compost that will continue to feed us in the future. So that's been an interesting point of view. One of the things that I'm seeing coming up, and a lot more talking about now, is plant-based, right? Okay, it's getting to the stage where in a few years' time, it's where you're going to be able to manufacture meat, plant-based meat, but at a commercially viable and sustainable price. So those are two of the big trends for me that I think people should be keeping their eye on. Oh, for me, one of the great joys has been seeing what Americana have done out on the plaza, right? Isn't that fabulous? To have somebody like Hatamata here for the duration of the event, doing that fabulous brisket. And if that wasn't good enough, have you tried some of those juices that they have there? They're outstanding. My thanks to them for their support and the investment that they've made. Been a great pleasure to welcome them, and indeed all the exhibitors who have put so much effort into their participation here. It really is a pleasure to welcome them to Dubai, and we look forward to seeing them next year. It's a 5-day show, so we're still only halfway through, right? And we're still getting messages from people who are still flying in to make the last 2 days. So I think this is going to be a record-breaking year for us in terms of numbers and attendance. But really, the truly exciting thing about this event is those new connections being made, right? Those new partnerships that are actually going to put the food on our tables for the year to come.